And it's mad looking at this team. They suck so bad. They are so bad. Like, they are one of the worst basketball teams I think I've ever seen, period.
Unrivaled thought they had the perfect plan. $5 million on the table, a brand new league, and a shot at landing the biggest basketball star in the world. But Caitlin Clark turned them down.
It is just a calamity of errors from this team. And this was their better game, by the way. This was the... No way they have multiple back... Or, well, sorry, no way in general they have backcourt violations. Yeah, that is kind of a mad one. But, like, this team stinks. Like, they do. And it's like, the other teams all play hard. Phantom don't even do that. Thing like, look, if you're just struggling and the other teams are better than you and you're poorly constructed, man, the Phantom aren't even trying.
Unrivaled was supposed to change the game, a league that would revolutionize women's basketball. They had investors, big promises, and plenty of media hype. But here's the truth, no one's watching.
Like, we've got Sabrina Ionescu drives in and just double dribbles. Tash Clouds trying to post up Arike, loses the ball to Diarca Hamby. Sabrina Ionescu throws to Satu, who drops the ball, then fumbles it again and gets the ball stolen.
An Unrivaled game struggles to reach 100,000 viewers on average, even with no real competition. No WNBA games to outshine them, no NBA playoffs to steal attention, yet the numbers are still disappointing.
Does play into it whether you're there in person or not, and I haven't been there in person, so I don't know what it's like actually being in that intimate setting. But even the way that the cameras were set up, they were set up to where we saw the benches, but most of the fans were actually on the other side, so we didn't get to see as much of that.
Turns out, all the excitement Unrivaled expected in women's basketball was really about one player, Caitlin Clark.
The sacrifice of being busy is definitely worthwhile when you're making this get off the ground.
You're both founders and players. Is there a way that you take off the athlete hat and put on the businesswoman hat?
Learning. Contract negotiations with the WNBA, sponsorship meeting, what worked and what hasn't.
For a lot of the calls that we were on, it's bringing in what the players want. Why would a player do this?
Yeah, we're taking off our player hat, but also we have those experiences that we know what it takes to make this thing really go.
It's no secret, Caitlin Clark was the driving force behind women's basketball's massive growth. Her college games shattered records, her WNBA debut was historic, and every time she stepped on the court, people watched. But now that she's out of the picture, the WNBA is acting like she didn't matter, and Unrivaled thought they could succeed without her. Now, reality is hitting hard. Let's be honest, outside of Caitlin Clark, women's basketball just doesn't draw the same attention. Fans weren't tuning in for so-called WNBA superstars, and they weren't excited about Unrivaled's players. They were here for one thing and one thing only, Caitlin Clark.
On the third time of asking, Satu's running the pick and roll. She tries to throw it to Sabrina, throws it out of bounds. Tash Cloud, in fairness, getting your ankles broken by Arike, no shame in that. Katie Lou Samuelson dribbles up the ball and throws the ball directly to Jordan Canada. Throws the ball at Brittany Griner's feet. There's then a turnover and Tisha Heidemann throws the ball and Katie Lou Samuelson just doesn't catch the ball.
They thought $5 million would be enough to bring Caitlin Clark in. Now, they'd pay 3 times that just to have her on the court for a single game. Because without her, Unrivaled isn't a revolution, it's starting to look like just another failed experiment. Caitlin made her choice, and now it's Unrivaled that's scrambling for relevance.
I would say the reason they should watch Unrivaled is because the best players in our game are all coming together to play a really intense but fast-paced and fun game.
I would say it's very exciting. It's something new and something that's never been done before.
You should watch Unrivaled because it's new, it's fun, it's fast-paced, 3-on-3. The games are going to be quick. There's always going to be something going on, and if you don't watch, you're going to be missing out.
On paper, it was the perfect plan, a league that paid women's basketball players enough to stay home instead of going overseas, a fresh start, a player-focused model, and a chance to change the game forever. It all sounded incredible, until reality hit hard. The truth? High-quality production, state-of-the-art courts, and massive TV deals don't mean a thing if people simply don't care enough to watch.
Oh, and Mabry comes up with the board. Long pass, perfect to Reese. She was unable to get it in.
Unrivaled is on track to lose millions because the one thing they needed most, a real fan base, just isn't there. Now, there's no denying it. Those record-breaking TV ratings, the sold-out arenas, the buzz, it was never about the WNBA or women's basketball as a whole. It was all about one player, Caitlin Clark. While Unrivaled scrambles to keep its sinking ship afloat, Caitlin Clark is sitting back, well-rested, and recharging for the upcoming season. Meanwhile, her so-called rival Angel Reese and the rest of the so-called stars are playing to empty seats and uninterested fans. Remember when they tried to sell us on this so-called rivalry? When the media insisted Angel Reese was the new face of women's basketball. That she was just as big of a star and that the WNBA would be just fine without Caitlin Clark? Well, here we are. Caitlin's gone, and suddenly, the cameras aren't rolling, the arenas aren't packed, and the ratings are nowhere to be found. So much for an archrival. Now, the million-dollar question, or rather, the $5 million question, is whether Caitlin Clark will swoop in to save Unrivaled at the last minute. Maybe, just maybe, after all this, they'll finally learn to respect her. Maybe they'll finally understand, she was never just another player, never just one of many stars. She was and still is the reason people cared in the first place.
Nelson Adota trying to save it and does. And now Clark comes up with a steal. Clark thought about pulling up from three, will dip inside and lay it in.
Without Caitlin Clark, Unrivaled isn't just struggling, it's dying. There's something special about her, the confidence, the swagger, the electrifying talent. She's not just another player, she's a spectacle. People don't just watch Caitlin Clark play, they experience it. Her game is mesmerizing, a perfect blend of skill, precision, and court vision that makes her must-watch TV every single night. For years, WNBA players have tried to mimic the NBA's physical, high-contact style, but there's one big problem: they don't dunk, they don't finish at the rim like NBA players, and worst of all, they haven't made up for it with a high IQ, technically brilliant game. Caitlin Clark? She's different. And that's exactly why people can't look away.
Take and hit from three. Clark up to 18 points.
Saw her here, Rachel Banham on her, and Caitlin Clark loves going left, loves the step back. Feels like here.
Instead of adapting, they doubled down on a style of play that just doesn't translate. The result? A league filled with players trying to play like men, but falling short, rather than embracing what makes women's basketball unique. That's where Caitlin Clark stands apart. She doesn't try to overpower defenders, she outsmarts them. She doesn't force tough, contested layups, she makes defenders look silly and creates open shots. She doesn't rely on brute force, she's a surgeon with the basketball. And here's the kicker, fans actually prefer this kind of high IQ, technical gameplay over raw athleticism and physicality. They don't want to watch players struggle to finish at the rim. They want excitement, skill, and precision. They want the next Steph Curry of basketball, and Caitlin Clark is delivering exactly that.
Of that run to the finals before the Liberty fell to the Aces in 4 games. Clark connects on a three.
Caitlin Clark is the closest thing the WNBA has ever had to Steph Curry, and the difference couldn't be more obvious. While the rest of the league plays a slow, clunky, and outdated style of basketball, Clark is revolutionizing the game in real time. She's giving fans exactly what they want: high energy, high skill, high IQ basketball. And that's why millions of people tune in to watch her, no matter where she plays. It's no secret why arenas are packed when Caitlin Clark plays and empty when she doesn't. The message is loud and clear: fans aren't interested in the old-school WNBA. They want her version of the game. And if the rest of the league doesn't adapt, one thing is certain: Caitlin Clark will be the only reason people tune. Caitlin Clark isn't just a basketball player, she's a phenomenon. The numbers don't lie: record-breaking TV ratings, unprecedented ticket sales, and a global fan base that keeps growing every single day. While some in the WNBA try to downplay her impact, the corporate world knows the truth. Brands don't invest in failures, they invest in winners. And Caitlin Clark is the biggest winner women's basketball has ever seen. Right now, she's locked into some early career contracts, great deals, no doubt. But even those are already looking wildly outdated compared to her true value.
Just come back.
Her brand is exploding faster than anyone expected, and the sponsorship world is scrambling to keep up. It won't be long before the biggest brands in the world line up to buy her out of those early contracts and offer the kind of money only a global superstar commands. And this goes beyond basketball. Her endorsements will put her in the same league as icons like Serena Williams, Tom Brady, and Michael Jordan. We're talking about a legacy that transcends the sport.
Bonner gets denied by Boston. Wheeler finds Clark from the logo.
For years, the WNBA pushed a narrative that just didn't connect. They wanted fans to care about players who didn't move the needle, didn't generate revenue, and didn't inspire the masses. But that era is over. Caitlin Clark has shattered that illusion, and now the world is waking up to the truth. The biggest star in women's basketball isn't just great, she's asterisk on another level. Asterisk.
I am going to give Caitlin Clark her flowers. Yes, I said that.
Oh my God!
No. But and I'm not going to put it together. I'm going to give Caitlin her flowers because I think what she has done coming into this league absolutely has brought more eyes, whether you like them or not, but has brought more eyes, more marketing. Like, people just want to watch the game and they want to talk about it. Even those that don't know anything about it, they talk about it.
Here's the simple truth. Corporate America always bets on winners. And Caitlin Clark? She's the safest bet women's sports has ever seen.
Excited about not only tonight, but this season. Watch this connection. One more time.
Mitchell, guarded by Harris. Mitchell spinning, finding Clark. 5 to shoot. Clark lays it in.
While the old guard struggles to stay relevant, Caitlin Clark's future is already set. Bigger contracts, bigger endorsement deals, and a bigger global impact. And if history has taught us anything, it's that nothing is more powerful than an athlete the people truly love. Angel Reese and the rest of the so-called rivals can talk all they want, on the court, off the court, on their little podcasts. It doesn't matter. Clip 19. They can whine, complain, and stir up drama all they want, but at the end of the day, there's one cold, hard fact they can't escape. Caitlin Clark is simply better. This isn't just about hype, it's about skill. Caitlin Clark plays the game at a level that Angel Reese and her crew can only dream of. Reese can embrace the villain role, post about Clark every other day, and try to keep the rivalry alive, but deep down, she knows the truth. She's no match for Caitlin.
What a pass. And Wallace.
Clark is elite because of her technical game, something Reese and the others have never developed. They rely on brute force, but without skill, it just looks sloppy. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark's game is built on precision. She sees plays before they happen, manipulates defenses like a chess grandmaster, and has the handles, vision, shooting touch, and killer instinct to dominate. That's why she's not just a star, she's the only star that truly moves the needle. Reese and her crew can argue all day about respect, but the truth is, respect isn't given, it's earned.
This is a physical game. Oh, I think Mineski brought help over on Kennedy. Carter going in underneath, and that was the chance.